G'day. We just finished watching The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan.
Homeland Security and the CDC
has reported attacks. Boston, Philadelphia,
Maryland. White House officials claims the CIA has a defense against chemical weapons.
I don't understand what you're saying. She says everyone's dead outside.
What's going on?
We lost contact.
With whom?
Everyone.
I don't want to waste much time with this.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
It was not good.
It was really bad.
The Happening is a movie about humanity being in trouble yet again. And they don't know where the threat is coming from, but they will flee from it.
The Happening is a bland movie made by bland people and under attack by a bland monster
It's set
in a bland place.
in a bland place, and they wear bland clothes.
Yeah, and their interactions are bland, their interests are bland, and this movie is bland. This is about 10 years old now, eh?
Yes, I think it was 2008.
Okay, so we can probably spoil this.
I think it was spoiled round about the time they finished making it.
You know, hot dogs get a bad rap. They got a cool shape, they got protein. You like hot dogs, right?
It follows man and woman and child as they try to escape the looming threat, which they don't fully understand.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of the movie, you pretty much know what it is.
Something on the wind is making people flip their preservation switch.
All these people just start killing themselves when the wind kicks up. That's what happens at the start.
Mm.
But yeah, they explain it as that people have a switch in their mind that if it flicks, then they will just kill themselves, which seems like a massive flaw.
It does, and they refer to it as a natural compound that exists in everybody.
It's like, what? So everyone has this just need to kill themselves, that's constantly being battled by some tiny switch in your mind.
And the trees have learned this fact and they're using it to their advantage because global warming, people are killing the planet.
Everything Mark Wahlberg says in this, he says in his Mark Wahlberg meme voice.
Oh man.
What? No.
Could this really be happening? What? No.
At the beginning, he's a teacher, a high school teacher. And as the class are leaving for the last time, turns out, he says, "What do we all say?"
What are the rules of scientific investigation? Identify variables, design an experiment, careful observation and measurement, interpretation of experimental data.
But yeah, he speaks to everybody like he's a teacher of children.
We're gonna learn science today. But there was one big problem with all of this, which is that, these compounds are released by the trees, and then the wind blows them towards you. What? Why do the trees control the wind? There's bits where a whole bunch of people all stop moving all at once. And then there'll be like one guy in the middle of all that looking around and going, "Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why is that person unaffected? That's never covered in the movie."
But at one point, Mark Wahlberg said, "Let's keep ahead of the wind."
And then they all look over there.
Everyone looks and there's this wind. You can see it moving the grass.
Let's just stay ahead of the wind.
You try. I think the main issue with this was the dialogue. The dialogue, like,
We can't just stand here as uninvolved observers.
I need a second, okay?
it's real placeholder dialogue the whole time.
Don't go. I'll change that to something cool later. Come back. Yeah, I'll make that better later.
Yeah, and he never did.
He also has that weird M. Night Shyamalan effect of having characters who are a bit off.
Yeah, everyone's a bit off.
Like your man, weird hot dogs man. Do you like hot dogs? You got that freaking out marine Marine
Yes.
or soldier. It's just the army.
Yeah. Then you got the lady in the house who isn't aware of any issue, but is just crazy anyway.
Yeah.
She's so far away from civilization.
And you've got this very thin relationship plot going on between Mark Wahlberg and Zoe
Deschanel?
Zoe
Zoe
D.
D. Yeah, good.
What's wrong?
Okay, I was gonna tell you, okay? There was this guy, Joey. His name is Joey. He's at work. We went out and we had dessert. I went out and I had dessert with him when I told you I worked late, and I didn't work late. And I'm feeling really guilty in case we're gonna die. I just wanted you to know that.
You lied to me?
She was good, actually. With
Brilliant.
With
I
what
thought she was flat
with
ass.
what she had to work with. Nah, she did the misty eye, scared look well enough. That's what she needed to do. Mark Wahlberg, there's the take charge teacher man, seemed to just be lightly suggesting things to people because he was constantly going, "Hey, we should leave the state. Yeah, let's go. Let's go right now." It was also odd that the person holding up the vest was the little girl whose parents were dead. She's the one going and comforting the adults who are crying and stuff.
She was almost unnecessary to the plot.
Yeah, I don't know why she was really there.
I guess she had to feel bad about someone, and she lost her parents.
Yeah.
Boss, come over here. Yeah, I thought that the end of the movie was weak.
Oh yeah.
There was the two groups talking through these random air tunnels underneath between the house and the shed. And that was introduced by the crazy lady at the house for no reason. She just told them about it.
This is a beautiful place. There's a spring house in the back. They used to hide people from slave chasers back there. It has a speaking tube running under the ground to the main house. You can hear each other like you were in the same room.
And then it just so happens that at the end of that little scene, Mark Wahlberg thinks he's been separated because there's a whole lot of wind between him and her.
So
but no, they've got this convenient pipe they can speak through.
But why didn't they, in that scene, why don't they just say, well, let's just wait 10 minutes, see if this window's down?
If I'm going to die with you.
Also,
And they go running out and they take the girl out into the wind. It's like you didn't need to take her out there for your terrible decision making.
then luck has it that they don't die. You're just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's supposedly a happy ending because she's pregnant at the end.
Yeah.
And there was no M. Night twist other than,
True.
oh, it was the trees. It's trees. There's all the stuff you expected to just take on faith. Like, trees can communicate with each other.
Yeah. From
All
trees
types
to
of
bushes
trees,
to grasses.
to grass,
they're all
the
talking.
same. They can all talk the same language.
We don't know how plants attain these abilities. They just evolve very rapidly.
Which species do you think it's doing it, if you think it's true?
Plants have the ability to communicate with other species of plants. Trees can communicate with bushes with grass, and everything in between.
It's like, okay, maybe. I can't really disprove that, but...
I'm gonna disagree with some horse-faced 7-foot guy who's lending me his car, but... And they said it's a warning shot. Why would trees be generous like that? Let's just warn them.
Give them a fair warning. Only take out a few thousand of them.
I reckon maybe Shia Malaman, he went out, stayed in a batch in the country with long grass, and there was wind, and he was like, that looks cool.
That could be
That could be the bad guy in my movie. The wind coming across the grass, just imagine. Like walk out in the grass and think, imagine if this was baddies.
Oh, change. Mark Wahlberg talks to a plastic tree.
It's like, hi, it's me, Mark Wahlberg.
It's that Mark Wahlberg bit.
We just want to stay here for a while, hope that's okay.
Yeah.
So like, oh, it's just a plastic tree. Oh, now I feel ridiculous.
Yeah.
What do you think, this tree speaks English?
Hello? My name is Elliot Moore. I'm just going to talk in a very positive manner, giving off good vibes. We're just here to use the bathroom.
At the end of this movie, they seem to come to the conclusion that they don't know why. Well, they kind of know why this happened, but they don't know why it stopped. and they don't know whether or not it'll happen again. So it's kind of like the climax of the movie is, I guess we're going to be okay. Yes, so these movies like this point out that it could be worse. You may be isolated, you may be locked down, but at least you're not setting a lawnmower to run yourself over. At least you're not hanging yourself with a bunch of other people from trees. You know, that was pretty dark.
Everybody seems to have these really long ladders. Quite hard to attain.
Yeah, and people are getting quite creative in how they were taking themselves out. So yeah, it could be worse. You know, all you need to do, stay inside.
Apparently.
And you just keep being a hero.
Well,
save the world. Save the cheerleader.
Save the dream.
Yeah.
Save the rebellion.
Yeah, stay inside.
Save me a seat. Quickly, what type of biscuits?
This would be a bland biscuit. I'd say,
like a 20-pack of malt biscuits.
Oh, a malt biscuit, yeah, something that needs help.
I would give about 4 of my malt biscuits away to watch this.
I'd give it
quick
8
out of 20.
8 malt biscuits out of 20.
Okay, I'll give it 4 malt biscuits out of 20 for me. And now that we've cleared the air on whether that was a good movie, I've got a poem.
Oh yes. Oh, okay. Why don't you
I'll step up to the podium.
Step up to the okay. All right. Okay. This should be good.
Bye.
All right, give me your best.
Yep. The Happening, a poem by Andrew Batchelor. Substandard. Deficient. Shoddy. Bum.